All right. I've got a lot of requests on me calling up these bucks I've been calling up this year. I've had a good year calling them. Of course, I've called up a pile of bucks in my time, but of course I'm 73, almost 73 years old, so I've been doing it for a while. But I really started grunting for the deer probably back in the early 80s is probably when I started. We had well, one of the first things I noticed was the bucks chasing does, and every time their feet would hit the ground when they was hot after a hot doe, they'd say ark, 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 they'd grunt, you know. In fact, I was on a man drive down at the Savannah River plant back in the early 80s, I reckon. And I was standing, and I saw 3 deer coming by. They was about 200 yards from me, so I didn't shoot. And that was an old big buck. I mean, in fact, we got a picture of him. If I can think about it, I'll get Wade to put a picture on this thing that I'm doing now of him. He was a big old buck, but with all the man drivers out there hooping and hollering and all the standards, he was still chasing one of them 2 does, and every time his feet would hit the ground, it was ark, 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 ark. So not too long after that, a pastor that was going to our church for a while, he gave me a little old small grunt call. I don't even know what kind it was, but it was a immature grunt call, was what it was called. And so I just started taking it to the stand with me, and I started doing that. I call it a running grunt call. And man, them old bucks started coming out. And I killed a right good many with that little grunt call. And I had shot a deer one day. I don't remember what it was. Must have been a buck, because I was using that little old grunt call, and I just stuck it in my pocket. And when I was looking for the deer, I bladed the deer up. And I lost the thing. It fell out my pocket, and I never could find it. So what I'm using now is just whatever call I can get at a reasonable price. And the one I'm using now, I have to put my glasses on to see it. It is called HS Hunters Specialties. That's what's wrote on here. It's True Talker Legacy. And see, it's got little marks here where you can mash it down. If you don't mash anything, it's the old mature buck. If you mash this first one, it's an immature buck. If you mash this middle one, it's supposed to be a doe. If you mash this last one, it's supposed to be a fawn. So anyway, the only reason I got this was because it was a good price. And I've called in a bunch of deer with it. And all I do is, when the season first starts, you know, deer communicate a lot more than people realize. But first part of the year, all I use is the immature grunt, and sometimes I'll use the mature buck grunt, but they're not chasing the does or anything, so it's just usually, you know, just to get their attention. And sometimes the old doe will actually be what comes and checks it out. I killed a big 8-point years ago. It was early in the season, and I was just and she come out to just check out, I reckon, to check out, see what it was. And this old big 8-point was with her and just followed her out. Thank the Lord. So I popped him. Boy, he was a big old buck. I got a picture of him. I think about it, I get Wade to put a picture of that. So anyway, I start off with just a grunt call. And then when things get really hot, when them old bucks really get to chasing them does, I start mixing in this. I have to put my glasses on again and tell you what this is. I call it a doe in a can, but this thing's good too. It's Primos, and it's called the Great Big Can. I got several cans, but I like this one the best because it gets out there. They can hear this a long way, and I start mixing this in, you know, some. And boy, when they really hot, I've had them running out for several years now, but especially this year, boy, I've had them running out with the hair up on their back. Boy, they ready to do battle and get that doe. And all I do is I do the running buck and mix this here can in with it. I move it all around so it sounds like to them like he's chasing them. That's all I do with that. And this is the way I do it, you know. There's a lot of people that have success that do it their way, you know. I'm just telling you the way I do it. And I use that immature buck grunt because the old fellas, they'll come out mad because of youngsters in there trying to take their doe. And the young bucks will come out because we're mainly meat hunters. And a trophy to me is whatever comes out and I shoot it. That's a trophy to me. And so I mixed that doe in the can bleat call in with it, and it really works good. As y'all can see if you watch the videos, I've caught in a bunch of deer, and untelling how many come up and circle around behind me and got my scent and just eased off that I never knew anything about. But that's the way I do it. So anyway, I'll talk with you later.
Well, hey there, guys. This is Bubba Roundtree Outdoors, and yeah, you can tell by the surroundings. This is our first hunt over here at the Davis farm.
Go out here and see if I can round up that buck. I don't think he'll go far.
We would have seen this stuff out last time. Split up and one by each person. Each person can knock it down below here on the side.
Maybe he'll go 180, you think? Maybe 190. Maybe 200.